How can we friend request successfully, intentionally? How can we draw the right kind of people, our perfect prospects, into our world here on social media? This is something you want to do when you get serious, when you want to stop using social media as a tool and actually use it as a toy and actually use it as a tool, pardon me here, to build your business in the online space. Hello and welcome. In case we have met before, my name is Katrin from bloomwithkatrin.com, and I'm going to give today to you my simple process on how to really attract your right kind of perfect prospects to you and friend request them successfully. Okay, I'm coming live to you from the beautiful Bavarian forest over here in Germany. Please don't be shy. Whether you're joining me live or later on the replay, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm looking forward to being able to chat with you a little bit later on. And I'm here to help you take your business into the online space, create sustainable success in a way and on a journey really that's going to feel good from the inside out. Okay, and I don't know about you, but sending friend requests to people that get ignored is not a very pleasant experience. Would you agree? And also ending up with a ton of friends, false friends, and this is not to mean that there's something wrong with the people, but maybe they're just not your perfect prospects, meaning they won't engage with you. They will not get into a conversation with you. That's not a very effective use of your time. Would you agree? Because if there's anything that I've learned over the years that I've built my business in the online space now, is that we can always make back money we invest, right? But we cannot make our time back. So let's get this as effective as possible so we can actually make best use of our time, which is really one of our most precious commodities. And I'm going to say this before we kick off. The strategy that I'm going to share with you today is powerful when you work it, but it does not mean it's free. Okay. Yes, you're not spending money on ads, which is cool. But really you're investing your time. And that is very, very, very valuable. Okay, so let's get this as effective as we possibly can. So here's my picture for you. And before I kick it off, also let me add this. When you run ads, you can also use this process very effectively as well. Okay, but I like to compare a real life situation with what we can do on social media. Okay, so just it's going to be really, really easy for us to really understand what we're talking about here, right? So let's picture this. Let's picture we're at a party, right? Back in the days when we could still be at a party, or maybe we can have one very soon. So we're still quite in lockdown over here in Germany. Let me know what the situation is like for you. I hope you can attend real parties already. So, but let's picture this. You're at a party and there's a few groups in that party, right? One group is talking about ABC, and the next group is talking about something different, and another group is talking about something different again. Now, here's the thing. That party really is like a profile or a business page or a group, like you're watching this video on my business page right now, right? So this is like your party that you come to, and there's people here, and there's and a post or a live video that you can see here is like that group of people talking to one another. And now here's what we can do. We can choose to send a friend request to somebody we resonate with, something we watch, like you're watching this video, or maybe you're reading a post, right? And you can actually send a friend request. Now, when we do that without, how shall I say this, preparing the person for us to actually show up in their world, that can feel like, imagine this, you're at the party, you're having a group conversation, and all of a sudden somebody that you don't know, that you're not aware of, is even in the room, is walking up to you from behind, tapping you on the shoulder. And here's the thing, and this is something that happens so often, and maybe you're even taught this by some sort of guru or your upline. And if this is working for you, please keep on doing it. But if it doesn't really sit well with you and it doesn't give you the results that you're looking for, please don't send a friend request followed up without any second in between, and giving the person a chance to actually accept it and shooting them a message in Messenger along with it. Because what that really would be in real life is you're at the party, you're having fun with your group, right? You're having a great conversation, somebody's telling a story, whatever. And there's somebody coming up from behind, not only tapping on your shoulder, but going, hey, I need to have a word with you outside. Can we leave now? It's like, why would anybody do that, right? And why do we do that on social media? So for me, it's always very powerful, really, to remember, okay, how might I go about what I'm trying to achieve in the real world? And how might I do this, an equivalent of it on social media? Okay. So here's 3 things, and I've touched on them a little already, that I would strongly suggest you think twice about whether that's really a good and effective strategy for you. That's mass friend requesting. What that really is like sending out hundreds of friend requests to random people, maybe your suggested friends on Facebook, right? And that's not necessarily your perfect prospects. Would you agree? That's people which for some reason or other are being like suggested to you by Facebook because maybe you have friends in common, but that doesn't necessarily make them your perfect prospect, right? So here's what mass friend requesting on social media looks like at a party. Okay, we're at the party again. We're having fun. There's this group, and another group. And there's a stranger coming in that hasn't really, said hello to anybody. And this person now starts tapping everybody on the shoulder from behind going, hey, 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 right? That's what mass friend requesting really is. Now, in a real world scenario, wouldn't that be a bit strange? Again, how can we do it on social media then? Okay, so let's drop that one. And also, I already touched on that as well, friend requesting and shooting them a private message in Messenger right away. I get it. It seems effective, right? You've friend requested them and you're sending them a hello message along with it. But first off, the person is presumably never going to see your message because Facebook actually doesn't like us doing that. So they'll put your message, even though you can send them a message when you friend request them, right? It gives you the option to do so, but your message actually ends up in their other folder. And very many people aren't even aware that there is such a thing, let alone how to access it, right? So that's maybe not your most effective strategy to do, right? So it seems effective, but really is it at the end of the day? Have a think about it, right? So, and one last thing that happens to me quite a bit as well, and it's just it's not effective neither for me, at least. It's receiving a friend request, which I always enjoy, right? And I'll go check the person out, and I'm going to get into that in a second. And then I accept the friend request when I like what the person looks like on social media, and then I get nothing. It's like silence. And I'm asking myself, how come you wanted me to be your friend when really there's like silence afterwards? And I get it, right? Life is busy. It happens to me as well. But my goal is when somebody accepts my friend request, to actually send them a hello message within the next 48 hours. Sometimes I don't make it, but I'm going to make up for it absolutely, right, on the next day then. So let's not do these things, okay? They're not really effective. Would you agree? So here's my strategy that I've tweaked and tested, and it's working very well for me and for my team as well. So what I would love to tell you first off is we're going to do a sprint of 20 minutes with this, okay? Whenever you have time, at best every single day of your week. Maybe you take Sunday off, depending on what it is that you want to do. Maybe you can't do 5 or 6 days a week. It's okay, but have your daily method of operation for the days that you can actually work your business, right? For me, I'm still at a job as well, right? I don't go in there every day, but on the days I do, it's kind of difficult for me to keep up my DMO as on the days when I'm actually home and able to focus on my online business. So have your daily method of operation really clear to yourself and make this part of it, okay? Give it 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, not longer. Make it a sprint and really dedicate this time and be intentional with, okay, I'm going to make at least 3 friends in this time, okay? And it might not seem a lot, but 3 friends times 6 days of the week, that's quite a few conversations that you can get yourself into, right? Especially when they're a perfect prospect. That's so powerful. I can't repeat that often enough. Okay. And when I say dedicated time, I mean, yes, we are going to check people out on their personal profiles. Yes, we're going to take a look at what they feel like, look for something that we resonate with. But here's the catch. We're not going to get stuck into the scroll hole on their personal profiles, watching each and every cute cat video that they might have there. Okay, let's promise ourselves this, because this is dedicated work time. When we really see something cute, you can save it and you can take a look after you're done with your sprint. Okay, cool. So here's what we do. And this is something that I learned from my son, because I don't know about you, my son, he's 12 years old at this time, and he loves cherry cakes. We love to bake cherry cake together. And here's what he'll do once it's done, right? It's all really not even cooled off yet. And here's what he'll do if I don't watch the cake. Is he'll go there and he'll pick out all the cherries, because that's really what he loves, that baked cherry flavor. He loves it for whatever reason, right? So let's do that with the people on social media, okay? Let's pick your perfect cherry if you wish, okay? Let's dare to think and choose who you want on your friend list. Because I said this at the very beginning. Yes, you can have 5,000 friends on your personal profile on Facebook, which is cool. But what good does it do you if it's random people? If it's just anybody that you may have met here or there or anywhere, and you don't really have a connection with them, right? So let's not like do the mass thing, but don't go for quantity, but go for quality, okay? 3 people a day is much more powerful when these people are going to engage with you and they're going to appreciate what it is that you do. This is going to be so much more powerful and effective for you and your business than having random people sit there going, oh, here we go again, right? That's not what we want. So let's cherry pick. When somebody catches your attention, okay, say you're in a group, or you're on some sort of business page like this one, or you're even on a friend's personal profile, and somebody catches your attention by maybe some meaningful words that they left or something, right? What's the first thing you see about them? It's their personal profile picture, which is why your profile picture needs to be you at best with a smile on your face. Okay, so we can actually know, okay, this is the person. That's like the first impression. You can't repeat that, right? First impression is at first glance. So when you meet someone like that and they look like your cherries, okay, you're going to check out their profile. Head on over there and have a feel of what kind of energy is there, right? Is this somebody you would want on your team? Is this somebody you would, you could imagine yourself spending 4 hours in a car going someplace with them? Because if they're going to join your team, it's very probable that you're going to spend quite a bit of time with them, right? So let's not try to enroll everybody or anybody, but people you truly like. It's going to make your business and your journey so much more fun. Okay, so now what's the equivalent? Or say, let's going back to my party example, right? There's a group and they're having a discussion. Somebody's telling a story, and there's some people who are like, listen, yeah, well, yeah, kind of, I get it, huh? And there's other people who are really alert and who you can tell by their presence that they really engage with what's being told. It really resonates with them, right? I'm sure you've experienced that. So how might we do the same thing on social media, like the people who really appreciate somebody on social media? Well, you choose an emoji reaction. You could do and test this out right now, right? At the bottom of this video, you'll find different emoji reactions. Just hit on any of them, depending on, what you want to express, right? And that's going to prime the person, shall I say, before you send them the friend request. Because remember, a friend request is a tap on the shoulder. Now, at the party, when you're having that group conversation, and there's somebody coming up after you told your story, pardon me, and gonna, tap on the shoulder and say, hey, I really appreciate your story. I actually got a few more questions. Would you mind stepping outside with me? Because in here, I feel it's quite loud. That gives you a very high chance, wouldn't you agree, that the person is actually going to consent and say, yeah, well, you know what, let's do that. I'm happy to do that. Rather than just walking up and sending them, tapping on the shoulder, say, let's go, right? Who actually leaves the party with a person like that? I know I don't, okay? And on social media, it's the same thing. So every time you choose an emoji reaction or you leave a meaningful few lines in somebody's content, this actually sends this person a Facebook notification, okay? It's priming them, so to speak, for your friend request. Does it make sense? So once you've done that, right, you're on their personal profile anyway. If there's something that you like, if there's something that you resonate with, show them with choosing an emoji reaction or leaving a few meaningful words for them, okay? And then send the friend request. That's very powerful. And here's a pro tip, okay? So you're not getting lost, because as I said, right, 3 people a day is like your minimum that you want to do when you're really thinking about growing your network on social, okay? So I would strongly recommend that you copy the URL of the personal profile and add it into some sort of Google Sheets, Excel, whatever works for you, and really do a little table there, and also write down what it is that you resonated with on their personal profile, something that you liked about them instantly. Here's why. So in the best of scenarios, the person's actually being primed by our Facebook notifications. Hey, this person likes what you do. They've loved this. They've commented this. Awesome. So now they get the friend request and they accept. Now, when it's maybe a few days ago that you send the friend request, you won't necessarily, remember what specifically you liked about this person. But that's what you want to know and remember, okay? So you can actually send them a relevant hello message, not a standard copy-paste thing, right? So here's what I used to have to do. I would have to go back to their personal profile, go check them out again. Not very effective, would you agree? So here's my tip for you. Copy the URL and add to it, their name, obviously, if it's not clear to see from the URL, and what it is that you liked about their personal profile. So you can send them a hello message, at best in form of a voice message. I prefer to do it that way, and say, hey, Mary, thanks so much for being my Facebook friend. I really, really liked your post about gardening. I'm a gardener myself. I just planted my tomatoes. What's your best tip? Or what's your favorite plant that you've planted this year? Whatever, right? And so you're off to a normal human conversation. That's so powerful, right? Because then you can guide the conversation. You can find people's pain points and all those things, right? But I hope at this point, or up to here, it makes sense to you that this is a more effective strategy. It might look like a little bit more work, correct? But would you say that it's worth it? That it's worth the investment of actually picking your cherry people and having a conversation with your perfect prospect somewhere down the line, maybe not even long, in the future, where you can find their pain points, you can see and have a feel, with them together, whether what it is that you have to offer is a great fit for them or not. Okay, so very powerful. Now, if you're afraid this looks like or sounds like a very long, lengthy thing, again, do it for 20 minutes a day, not longer. Promise me this, okay? Have some sort of a time measurement there. I like to play my 4 favorite songs, okay? I've got a playlist, and that's my growing my network playlist. And if you need, however, 3 strategies, because I've put them together, three strategies that work really, really well for me and my team, so we're not a hot mess growing our network and building our businesses in the online space, but actually doing it with less effort and time than ever before, and definitely more joy. I'm going to put the link for you to sign up for that into the comments later on, okay? So that's 3 strategies for you to build your business bigger with investing less of your time and having more joy on the journey. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on the next training. Take care and enjoy putting into practice what you just learned. Thank you. Bye.